Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode of NBA 2K15 MyGM Oklahoma City Thunder franchise. This is episode 4, and we are getting ready for a matchup here against the Denver Nuggets. Now this is our first home game, and this is game number 3 of the season. And we'll see here that we're looking at some team statuses here. This is where you guys can actually, if you guys have the game, you probably already know, but for the ones that don't know, that area right there is where you guys can talk to your players as a GM and kind of pick their brains about what they are thinking and feeling and whatnot. They're on and off the court. But we're going to get into some of the gameplay here in just a bit. But we are currently 2-0 for the season, as we get ready for game number 3, and this will be our first home game of the season here. And we got the Denver Nuggets, who are our rivals. Of course, here we are talking to a fellow player right now. We're talking to Reggie Jackson, and we're just going to have a discussion here with him, as you can see here, talking about what is on his mind right now, and see what he is thinking. Of course, trying to build some morale up, and I believe, if not mistaken, he's asking for some playing time here. So we have to decide from those 3 choices of how we're going to approach this. And with each of those, you're able to pick one, and from that, you'll see what their question will be answered. And then you'll see what the response is, and it could be a negative response or it can be a positive response. And for this instance, that was a negative response. So it affects the player and also the team. And then of course, when you do that, sometimes you'll have to deal with the media. Of course, there you see it's been just released that Reggie Jackson voiced some concerns over getting some playing time. And of course, our response is, well, I believe we say, we're just going to keep it in-house, not going to talk about it in front of here and everything. And of course, we lose trust with the press, but the morale goes up team-wide. So that's the main focus right there. We got to try to get our team focused and ready to go here as we get ready for the upcoming season. Of course, now we're talking to Steven Adams, who is also asking for some minutes here to increase his minutes here and whatnot. And right now, we're just going to tell him, right now, we'll take in consideration, but, for the time being, we're not going to be able to, really do that. So he loses some morale, but the team overall gets some morale go up on each of theirs. And of course, there you see Nick Collison and Jeremy Lamb, both, they wanted to have a chat with us. So we're going to see what they're saying here in just a bit about increasing time. And of course, Nick Collison, he's been with this team ever since it was the Seattle Supersonics, and we're going to go ahead and give him some time there. You see, he said he's going to Google us, and as the best GM ever. I don't know about that, but there you see the results from the other teammates, the starting 5. And their morale goes down a bit there. So, you kind of have to work with the players and see what's best for the team. A lot of times, just like in real life, you make a decision. It may not be the best decision, but, someone has to pull the trigger and make that decision of what is right for the team when it comes to the best interest of the team, which is, winning a championship. And a lot of these guys want some more playing time, and as you see there, the GM lets him know that sorry, but at this time, we just can't make any changes to the rotation. Of course, that upsets him, but overall, we'll have to try to see how we can fit him into, give him some more playing time. Try to give every guy some more playing time. Let's go ahead and get to the action right now.
Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie, that's Shaq. This is 2K Sports. Thanks for hanging with us. And coming right up, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, a win tonight would bring them to 3-0 on the young season, What a start that would be for them. They've looked awfully good in those first 2 wins. All right, OKC lives and dies by the jumper, and they seem to like it that way. I don't know when the last time a team that shot that many jumpers actually won it all. Do you think this Thunder team can do that?
Well, Ernie, I played 20 years. I've been up here 5 years. 20 plus 5 is 25. I've never seen it done. We realize you cannot rely on jump shots, especially late in the games.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just checking to see that 20 plus 5 was actually 25. You're right. Let's go to Kevin Harlan. Kev?
Did you forget I was a doctor, Ernie?
You won't let me forget that.
Let's meet your Oklahoma City Thunder starting lineup. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 2, Anthony Moore. At center, 6'10", from Country Jails High School in Beaumont, Texas, number 5, Terrell.
From Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Now for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
That was a game in hostile territory too, guys, and it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Down low, it's Fareed and JaVale McGee. Austin and Aflalo are the 1 and 2, and it's Chandler in at the small forward position.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Shots good by Durant. Kevin Durant again last season, far and away the leader in points per game. Clark his 4th time with that distinction.
And Kevin, you know with your study of the game and its history, only 5 players in NBA history have done it. And if you're talking total points over a season, he's led the league in that category 5 straight.
Isn't that amazing?
Really is.
3 on the clock. And Lawson with the drive. Off the left rim and out. Now here's Westbrook. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And defensively, he was all over the court, forcing turnovers, putting a ton of pressure on the ball. And it's not a stretch to think that when all is said and done, Kevin Durant could be the greatest scorer in NBA history. I mean, ever since his 3rd season, he's led the league in total scoring every year.
Now here's Aflalo. They grab their own miss. McGee. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And, of course, last year's superb free throw shooting, above 90%.
And, guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Free throws, good from McGee. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Westbrook passes to Durant. Back to Westbrook. He kicks it to Ibaka. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Ibaka's got his first points in this one.
And Durant last season setting the third longest streak of consecutive games with 25 points or more in NBA history. I mean, he finished that streak with 41 straight games of 25 or more points. The streak only ending because he sat out at the end of a blowout win. Or we could still be talking about that streak. Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end. Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Now here's Durant. It's rebounded by Lawson.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Durant with another miss.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And Westbrook, here we go. Durant kicks to Morrow. Chandler with the steal. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Lawson's got the ball. A follow, that's good.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Yeah, it's one thing to create a turnover, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, that's even better.
Ibaka with the screen on Chandler. And the jam by Kevin Durant. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Well, the Nuggets are a team with a lot of changes last season. Front office, the roster, and the head coach.
Yeah, Brian Shaw, who I think is going to be an outstanding coach. It's just a matter of time with him. He's got all the ingredients. Communicates well, understands the game, gives guys freedom, and holds them accountable. I think his future is bright as a head coach. Tough year last year, but he's a good one.
Here's Westbrook. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Pulls it from the elbow. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Perkins.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one. And Coach Shaw looking to integrate more half-court offense for the Nuggets. You need that in the playoffs. He tried to play some inside-out, run some more post-ups, but it turned out to be a question of fit in Denver, where the altitude and raw athleticism this team favored the up-tempo style.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And I think for the Nuggets, quite honestly, last season, the departure of Andre Iguodala hurt in a lot of ways. Gallinari missed the season with his knee injury. That clearly was a factor as well. But this team does have a lot of good young talent. The question is, how do they take that next step?
With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. Fifth on the list, the Thunder.
Boy, they do an excellent job offensively. Most of the season last year, they were really in sync. A nice flow and rhythm to their offensive game. But anytime you score the points they did, it's about unselfishness and trusting each other.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Thunder.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Well, with the way that Kevin Durant has improved over the last few seasons, you have to wonder if he has even yet peaked as a player. Scary to think, but there's still some room for growth. I think he can get stronger and develop a better low post game.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver. Durant nails both of them. And with Durant, you really forget how young he is. He came into the league at such a young age, Clark, and was a star so quickly. It seems like he's the old vet, but he might be a year or two away from his prime.
Yeah, I think he's still a couple of years away from his prime when all of the physical, emotional, and mental come together at that peak point of performance. His best seasons are still in front of him, and he's had some pretty good ones behind him to this point.
Down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Westbrook against Lawson. Chandler with the screen on Westbrook. Lawson dishes to Chandler. On the wing of Floro, and that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Lamb, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Jackson in for Russell Westbrook.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
The Thunder leading by 3. We'll now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Brian Shaw. Doris?
And my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
All right, Doris, thanks. Now Jackson, following Nate Robinson's three-point attempt.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Knocks it loose. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Here's Adams, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Let's take a look at Kevin Durant's numbers. Terrific year last season for him. He averaged about 32 points per game last year, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. He's been at his most dynamic, no question about it. Almost impossible to handle.
Yeah, I agree. Not the guy you want to have to go up against right now. I mean, who knows when he'll cool off. These runs of his can last a while.
Throw good, Adams.
Well, there is a reason they call it Loud City. Oklahoma City, voted by NBA GMs as having the best home court advantage in the NBA. The fans are on top of you and engaged from start to finish.
And so Adams nails both of them.
And the Thunder moving to OKC 6 seasons ago really become part of the fabric of this community, whether it was assisting in the recovery from the big tornado to helping revitalize downtown. To see how a team can provide a rallying point for the entire community.
And for these Oklahoma City fans, Clark, they've certainly had a good team that's made the playoffs in all but their first season. Superstar talent as well.
Yeah, you go back to that inaugural season, Kevin, in OKC, 23 wins. They've been a powerhouse ever since, and the fans now expect this team to not only contend, but to eventually bring home an NBA title.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
Well, Danilo Gallinari back in action after missing all of last season after surgery to repair his meniscus back in 2013. 9 months later, it was decided that he needed an ACL reconstruction as well, so it's been a tough couple of seasons for Gallinari.
And for Gallinari, pretty mobile for a 6'10 player. Coming back from major knee surgery, that's usually a year-and-a-half process. And we'll have to see how that impacts his game going forward. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Robinson against Jackson. That's tipped. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they haven't done anything wrong so far. double-digit lead already.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Gallinari, that came into the NBA as a great three-point shooter, that percentage dropped year after year as he became, Steve, more of a slasher.
Yeah, and he might look to rewind and go back to that outside shot more as his knee takes time to get back to 100%.
Take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. Second in blocks, second in free throw percentage, and they were ranked third in opponent field goal percentage. This team really gets after it defensively. They made a commitment to that end of the floor.
And I think the thing that jumps out at me is the blocks per game. It just shows how well coached they were defensively. Great rotations. They closed out, and they forced their opponents into tough situations at the hoop. That's how they were able to block so many shots.
1:14 left here in the opening quarter. Foy, the pass to Gallinari. And Durant comes to help. And Gallinari kicks to Foy. Out to the right wing. Robinson sets a screen for Gallinari. Here's Mozgov. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
And Lamb kicks to Collison. The shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 8. And here's the break. And here they go. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
Jackson kicks to Lamb. Feeds it to Adams. Back to Jackson. Oklahoma City moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Foy dishes to Robinson. Pass to Foy. 4 seconds left. And the layup is up and in.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Here's Jackson. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Thunder lead by 4. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Sunday, November 2nd, DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. It's the real deal.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
Hockey at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Russell Westbrook out there with Jackson, and it's Morrow in its small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. The Nuggets trail by 4. At that point, Denver has done well without what most would call a superstar, but obviously that takes its toll come playoff time.
It really does. I mean, you need somebody that you can really rely on as your go-to guy, the one who gets it done for you in the clutch, and they haven't quite established that player yet. They're still competitive.
Here's Morrow. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Here's Ibaka. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Easy baskets. That's exactly what they need.
Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Russell Westbrook. Great year for him last year. Put up about 21 points a game, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work to improve his game.
You know, it can be difficult at times for him, Steve, but I think he's sticking to it, and I see his role growing as he stays the course.
Fareed, the pass to a flower. Noah, some solid defense there from Jackson. Oklahoma City leading by 4. A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, Scott Brooks is very close with his star, Kevin Durant, but that doesn't mean he gets any free perks at KD's restaurant in Bricktown. Brooks said, I get nothing. I mean, give me a dessert, the peach cobbler, something, a sweet tea. You know, this guy's cheap. That's one thing about KD. For 7 straight years, he's been cheap. Kevin, over to you.
He stays consistent, Doris. Very efficient. Thank you. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Lawson. Here's Aflalo. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Aflalo. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. And it's Denver with the rebound. They host the Kings after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And you know, for the Kings, that's a game they'd really like to have.
Now here's Aflalo. Kicks it to Chandler. Jacks up a 3, and the shot is good. Chandler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Thunder leading by 3. Wilson Chandler, a versatile forward, Steve, in his 7th season out of the ball.
I like him, Kevin. I mean, he's strong enough to play inside, quick enough to guard on the perimeter, and then he's got that three-point range on his shot. So, a very versatile player.
Here's Lawson. After Oklahoma City gets the 3. Aflalo outside. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Aaron Aflalo. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Well, let's take a look at Ty Lawson and how his last season turned out. 4th in assists. And, of course, he ended up in the top 15 in steals, a result of some of the quickest hands in the league.
And he ranked in the top 5 in assists as well, Steve. I mean, he was really a maestro out there, conducting the offense, running it smoothly. I mean, they gave him the keys to the team and let the offense run through him. And that was a good decision.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. Wilkins kicks to Ibaka. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Morrow dishes to Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Lawson can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. The pass to Perkins. Low block shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You look at the Thunder, they're really the epitome of patience. They build through the draft model, constructing a contender with consistency and just a solid approach every day. That's why they are year in and year out so tough to handle.
And for the Thunder and their success, of course, not just predicated on top picks, but Clark, you've always talked about this, the right kind of top pick. picks.
The fit is so important. They've had great success with their picks. There's no denying that, and it's not easy to make that happen. But they've got a tremendous front office that does their homework, knows what they want in terms of talent and character and fit. And then you've got to give a little nod to luck and fortune here. I mean, not all of it. I mean, some of it, you know, it's not always all science. There's a little art involved in this thing too. But they've got quality people making good decisions, and it's paying off on the court.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. It's so important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
He's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Denver also making a switch. Hickson's checked in. With this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Nuggets in second.
There's not a whole lot to complain about with these numbers. I mean, they made a commitment to rebounding last year, and it was obvious. It showed on a consistent basis. They put great effort into rebounding the ball last season.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 5. It's Durant on the wing. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense is really clicking here.
It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Hickson.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Adams' shot is off.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Hickson sets the screen for Lawson, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
And the Thunder with some changes. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Lamb in there for Anthony Morrow. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mozgov, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. The dish now to Adams. And that one's good. And the Thunder lead by 7. Here's Robinson. 9-point game his last outing.
Steven Adams, he was taken 12th overall by the Thunder in the 2013 draft. You know, viewed as more of a project, but what an impressive start in his rookie season. I think he's the future in terms of the center position for Oklahoma City.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Yeah, Nuggets coach Brian Shaw altering the Nuggets offense from the dribble drive motion offense to a more post-up style of play. He still wants to push the pace to exploit Denver's altitude, but he feels to be successful, they have to establish an inside game and refine their half-court offense as well. Gentlemen, we'll see how it works out.
He wants to build confidence that they can throw the ball inside. Thanks, Doris. Here's Hickson. The Thunder making the shot. 4 on the shot clock. For 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And the pick that the Thunder used to select Adams acquired in the James Harden trade. They hated to see Harden go, but it seems they got a quality player in Adams, that's for sure. This kid has tremendous potential. They did well to find a talented 7-footer late in the lottery, especially considering how weak the draft was.
Here's Foye. Thunder with the rebound.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Collison, the pass to Durant. Back to Collison. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And it's an 11-point Thunder lead. And for Steven Adams, just 1 year at the University of Pittsburgh, he got better and better, Steve, as the year wore on.
Yeah, I'll say he's a guy who understands his strengths. He's huge. He's relentless on the offensive glass. Pretty good hands and can finish at the rim. I think he still has a lot of room to grow.
So it's Denver now, following the score by Oklahoma City. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now here's Durant. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Outside Robinson. Pass to Ford. Outside Robinson. Shot from 12. Another shot. There it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Hickson.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Thunder out in front, up 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Scott, in looking at the remainder of this basketball game, what are you asking from your group offensively?
Just keep moving the ball, keep tacking, don't hold the ball. You don't have a shot or a pass, you got to drive it and kick it, drive it and kick it.
Coach, thank you so much, guys. Never good when the ball sticks.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
We've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Denver. Down low, it's Fareed and JaVale McGee. Austin at point with a follow at the back. And it's Chandler in at the 3.
You know, Denver really took a step backwards last season. Not only in results, but how they played. And one way that was evident was in their lack of success on the road.
Here's Morrow. Aaron Aflalo picking up that last basket. That's JaVale McGee with the rebound. Lawson outside. He dishes it to Chandler. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 4 assists in the game. The Thunder leading by 3. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Releases. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Durant's got 15 points.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Lawson's against Westbrook. McGee is screen on Westbrook. Aflalo outside. 6 to shoot. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. 90 seconds now into the second half. Lawson with it. Westbrook picks him up. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Aflalo, that's good.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Westbrook. And yep, and the drop kick rolling around the rim. Westbrook's got 7.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
Lawson outside. A follow left side. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Durant's got his third rebound on the night.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's a look at some stats for Serge Ibaka. Great year for him last year. Averaged about 15 points a game last year, 8 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. The points have been coming for him at a prodigious rate, and that's exactly what they depend on, his scoring ability and his drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve, someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability.
That free throw good from Durant.
They've had difficulties the way Durant's been playing. He's got 16 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Jackson, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Durant hits them both.
When you face the Oklahoma City Thunder, one of the things defensively that you have to prioritize is keeping them out of transition. This team is long and athletic, and if they get out in the open court, you're in big trouble.
Now, here is Lawson. He has 6. Pass to Afflalo. Fader on the way. Again, Afflalo missing.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Jackson kicks to Morrow. There's the feed to Ibaka. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And the Thunder in the half court, more of a jump shooting team.
And sometimes that can be a backhanded compliment. I mean, you look at their roster, Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka, even Reggie Jackson, you know, all pretty good from mid-range. So they spread you out, and then, of course, Durant's jump shot is pretty much unguardable.
Boy, you look at how Ibaka has gone from role player to key player since his time in the league, and he's done it by increasing his range and efficiency from outside, and he's done it every season. You really have to admire his work ethic. Everybody raves about the character of this young man.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Ibaka definitely knows how to improve his game, and if you look at his shot charts year by year, there are distinct changes in where he's getting his shots from. Who knows what kind of range he'll have in 2 years.
Stolen by Jackson. He uses both hands to jam it in.
Impressive play there. They have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points and roots of this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
And a final word on Ibaka comes and clumps to him, it seems. 1 year he started to make more baseline shots. Clark, next year he started at the top of the key more. He's also looking at the three-point shot more often.
Well, that's exactly how you go about expanding your range if you're a player like Ibaka, Kevin. I mean, get really good in one shot and then progressively extend your range and move around on the court.
Denver calls timeout.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Boy, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
Has some information for us, Doris.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brian Shaw was giving to his team. The focus of this discussion was getting their offense to run through Afflalo. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. The next thing he talked about was the pace he'd like to see them playing at offensively. He wants it to be a fast-paced game, pushing tempo all the time. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now, here is Lawson. He's got 6. Afflalo, that's good.
That was a strong pick by Chance.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Jackson kicks to Morrow. Outside Durant. He feeds it to Perkins. Shot left block. shot is no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
This game kicks off what should be an interesting season series between these clubs. And, of course, they'll see each other 4 times this year.
Outside Jackson. Dishes to Durant. It's tipped. Back to Ibaka. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. And it's 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
And the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face. Couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
Chandler with a screen for Lawson. Here's a follow, and again it's Denver.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Jackson against Lawson. Jackson drives in. The high post shot. Wilson Chandler with the rebound.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's a follow, and it's Denver scoring again.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter. And just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
It's like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Lamb comes in for Anthony Morrow for the Nuggets. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. Second, the Thunder.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
Oklahoma City leading by 4.
You know, it had been a decade-long run for the Nuggets, but last year it ended as they missed the playoffs for the first time since 2003.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 9. Here's Ibaka. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Think about all the ups and downs the Nuggets have gone through in the last decade. To have a playoff run like that is impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive given that they play out west where even making the playoffs is tough. And they are a smaller market team as well. Not easy to be that consistent without being a huge free agent destination.
Now here's Adams. Releases, and there's another one for the Thunder. The Nuggets trail by 8. Now 4. 1:52 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. The Thunder pour it in. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. The wide open look for Durant. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
The Nuggets have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. Jackson against Robinson. Over in the corner, Ford. Outside Robinson, lock at 6. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
It's Durant with the drive, and he makes good on the layup. And it's a 12-point Thunder lead.
Well, here we go again. An open path for the Hoops, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Denver calls timeout. Reggie Jackson has taken a much larger role, Steve, for the Thunder over the last year or so. Last season, doubling his minutes, taking the place primarily of the injured Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, well, the injury to Westbrook created an opportunity for Jackson, and he was so successful that ultimately when Westbrook came back, that the two of them played together quite often. But Jackson, I think, has turned into an excellent reserve guard in this league, and maybe someday a starter.
Some changes. Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Nuggets trail by 12.
And Jackson, a starter in almost half of his games during the regular season, and he showed some good signs of development in year 3, improving his scoring and his three-point shooting.
Now here is Robinson. 5 to shoot. Looking to end the run. And it's Foy missing. The Thunder leading by 12.
And Jackson upping his rate of assists last season. He still has to work on his assist-to-turnover ratio a bit. But as a guy who can score and pass, he's a great fit as a combo guard for OKC.
Feeds it to Foy. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since halftime, is that right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
The Thunder have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Well, you look at the numbers from a season ago. This team shot about 81% as a unit. Very impressive.
Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
And so he hits both. The Nuggets trail by 16. Robinson dishes to Gallinari. He kicks to Foy. With 2 seconds left, and misses it off the right side of the rim. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 16. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Next Wednesday, November 5th, Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Live from AT&T Center. Don't miss it.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it was a great look, and it set up a three-point basket. He scanned the perimeter, found his teammate in space, and put the pass right on the money.
Nuggets shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Morrow hits the 2 with Durant the 3. Perkins is out there with Nick Collison, and it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. The Nuggets trail by 18. Lawson kicks to Aflalo. Aflalo left side. No good with the fallback jumper. Oklahoma City's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. The 11-footer, rebound by JaVale McGee. McGee's got his 6th rebound on the night. And there's a follow. That's good on the assist by McGee. 21 points for Aaron Aflalo. The Thunder leading by 16. Westbrook passes to Morrow. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And the shot is good.
He had no problem knocking down that shot. And a little more damage inflicted on another defensive lapse.
Lawson dishes to Aflalo. Pass to Lawson. Aflalo goes in, and he gets it to go. Aflalo's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Thunder have gone 2 or 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. The three from Morrow, and it's Denver with the rebound.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
You know, last season, Denver really cleared the deck for JaVale McGee to take over as a starting center. But he only managed 5 games as a stress fracture in his tibia cost him the rest of the season.
With McGee's size and athleticism, Steve, the ownership in Denver infatuated with his potential.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons they traded away Koster Koufos. Remember, they changed head coaches. It was all sort of a way to clear the path for McGee, but he wasn't healthy. So now we'll see if he's healthy, whether all that pays off for him.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Thunder. Reggie Jackson comes in for Russell Westbrook. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. When you have the explosive talent, Clark, the Thunder, you can compete with any team. It's a big part of finding a top team not first once again.
You know, a lot of people wondered if they had slipped from the elite teams in the West, but again, Kevin, they proved they are still amongst the top teams in the league.
Here's Lawson. The Thunder making the shot. Kicks it to Aflalo. 7-foot shot, and it's good. Aflalo's got 25 points in the game. Oklahoma City leading by 16.
And as you said, there were questions about the Thunder heading into this last year, but they showed they're still part of the elite group.
It has not been an easy quarter for them, at least offensively speaking.
Knocked away. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
Great job capitalizing on that steal and getting the easy points in transition.
Exactly how it should be done after a turnover.
Denver calls timeout. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Here's Lawson. There's the pass to Aflalo. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And that's now 27 points for Aaron Aflalo.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Here is Perkins. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Offensive rebound. Here's Ibaka. Outside for Jackson. The three from Morrow. Excellent D there from Aflalo.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Lawson kicks to Aflalo. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Aflalo's got 30 points.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally starting to get some rhythm offensively on the outside.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Well, the Nuggets missed the playoffs last season for the first time in over a decade, but their star point guard, Ty Lawson, had his best season yet, with career highs in scoring and assists.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Over the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Brooks said to his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. The Thunder leading by 11. For Ty Lawson, Steve, he strikes a great balance between his own scoring and making plays for his teammates.
Well, he's a true point guard, but he's got shooting range and the athleticism and strength to take it inside and finish despite his smaller stature. And he really plays bigger than he is because of his lower body strength, Kevin.
Now here's Jackson. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. Jackson kicks to Durant. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Fareed. Fareed's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Ty Lawson's somewhat undersized at the point guard position at 5'11", but he makes up for it with his strength, and he really competes defensively. He is not easy to push around.
And for Lawson, the issue defensively, not so much getting overpowered Clark. There's just certain shots he can't get to.
Yeah, well, he's not the biggest guard. I mean, he's actually one of the smaller guards we have in the league, but he's powerful, he's explosive, and he does on occasion get outsized, and he just has to do the best he can in those situations.
Lawson hits them both.
Well, Ty Lawson in this one, he's got 8 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Now here's Jackson. Durant, the pass to Morrow. Six to shoot. Looking to get it going. No good. Excellent D there from Aflalo. The Nuggets trail by 11. Lawson kicks to Chandler. A baseline J. Perkins pulls it in. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Jackson with it. Now Lawson defending. Here's Ibaka. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that.
Chandler's shot good.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
The Thunder leading by 9. Outside Durant. Perkins with a screen on Chandler. Durant attacking. Got it. Good job in the low post. Durant's got 12 points here in the second half.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
You know, the league seems pretty serious about creating more parity between the teams. A big sign of that was the last CBA, where the NBA more than tripled the amount of revenue sharing between the big market and the small market teams. The little guys, I think, are in a much better position now than they were a few years ago.
Chandler with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. In low to Fareed. Thunder with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And most NBA teams can turn a profit with the revenue sharing and still field a competitive team.
And I think that's really important, that you try to balance it out between the large market teams and the smaller market teams. Clearly, revenue creation is different when you're in a bigger market versus a smaller one. So with the tougher luxury tax and revenue sharing, the size of the market is a little bit mitigated. And so therefore, everybody has a better chance to be competitive. Well, what an incredible journey it's been for Serge Ibaka. Growing up in the Congo during a terrible civil war, the tragic loss of his mom to a stroke, the streets so unsafe that she couldn't leave the home to go to a hospital. To go from that to where he is now, an indescribable contrast and an amazing story.
And Ibaka planned as a youth to escape the Congo and find a way to provide for his family.
Well, and it's a big family, too. He's the 3rd youngest of 18 brothers and sisters. Pretty incredible. And now he's not just helping them, but he's making a huge difference for thousands of people throughout Africa, supporting orphanages, hospitals, schools. I mean, what great work Ibaka is doing.
Clock at 4. Morrow, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Morrow's got 6 in the quarter. Lawson against Jackson. Lawson outside. Aflalo up top. And another miss by Denver.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up for Oklahoma City.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
This is really going to be a good win. They've proven they know how to attack this team, and I think it's important to establish that against a conference opponent.
I agree, because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You'd love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to see them that often.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Kevin Durant. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see he was a difference maker. This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
Now here's Collison. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Thunder lead by 15.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
Robinson against Jackson. There's the pick. Robinson kicks to Mozgov. Bank shot, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Jones from outside. Denver grabs the miss. G dishes to Gallinari, rejected by Collison. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
16 seconds on the shot clock, 16.
Five seconds left to play here in the 4th. Mozgov, and at last they get one to fall.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Russell Westbrook, and Russell, obviously the fans were loving this win here tonight. What was your mindset coming into this particular matchup?
Well, just trying to come out and play our game. You know, we're a good team, especially at home, and did a good job of playing team ball tonight.
The fans were delighted, Russell. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. as Jordan presents our player of the game, Kevin Durant.
Okay, so we got our first win at home here, and as you see here, we look at some of the scoring here and the box score here for the Thunder. You see 27 points for Kevin Durant, Jackson 15, Ibaka 10. He almost got a double-double there with 10 points and 8 rebounds. And then, of course, you guys can just, as I'm scrolling down here, you guys can check out the rest there. But just a great win right there, a very convincing win against the Nuggets. And, of course, we'll play against them, I think, 3 more times this season as we get ready on this long NBA grind that it is the NBA season. But there you see the numbers right there. That's a guy we just could not stop it right there, Aaron, who got 30 points in the ball game there. Very good. He was 2 for 3 behind the arc there, and just was pretty much just shooting lights out there for the Nuggets. They're really keeping them in the game and keeping it close of what it was. But yeah, overall, just a great game there. And of course, you always want to win your first game at home for the season to really get the fans backing you and getting ready for the next game coming up. But there you see the total game right there. You guys can pause the video and check those numbers out right there. And just overall, just a great game there. Of course, we did get beat there in the points in the paint there. 40 points for the Nuggets to our 34. Second chance points there, also 210 for the Nuggets there. So they did a really great job there. But overall, we got the right shots that we needed at the right time, and definitely playing some really good defense there to keep us or keep them from winning the ball game from coming back. But there you see their social media talking about what's going on in other games tonight. Of course, ours there, saying that the Thunder buried Nuggets 88-75. What a great game right there. And of course, Durant, 27 points for him in the ball game. And so we'll see here. We'll see that the I guess another big game of the night was the Grizzlies and the Pelicans right there. So as you see here, we're looking at the team status here. We're trying to see if there's any anything new here that we have to cover, maybe possibly address with a player or whatnot. Of course, nothing there. So there you see 3-0 for the season. Power ranking there currently at 3rd, and we'll see here in the conference here that we're 3-0 along with the Rockets there. The Suns are 2-0 there, and they're half a game behind us when we come as overall in the Western Conference there. So there you see bottom of the Lakers 0-3 to start out there. Ouch. Kobe and crew not playing like you would normally think they would be playing there. You would see them as 3-0 here starting out, but having a bad start there. So as we see here, as we wrap up this episode, we'll see here the Eastern Conference right here. And like I said, just want to show you guys what's been going on right now so far in the first 3 games. I'll show more of the divisions and stuff like that as we go along further into the season. But there you see us 3-0 right there, sitting pretty so far, doing really good. 2-0 on the road and 1-0 at home. And then of course there's the power rankings right there. Of course the Cavaliers with LeBron there at first. The Spurs, of course, former world champions from just last season. The Spurs there at number 2, and then we are at 3. So pretty good company there in the power rankings right there. And of course the power rankings, as you see there, are ranked by first to worst, combining each team's season and most recent season. So like I said, early standings right here. As you see the power rankings of the 2K power rankings there. And of course I think we have another power ranking system that we'll show here in just a bit. But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the games in the full entirety. It's been a lot of fun playing this new version of 2K15. By far, I would have to say this has probably been the most more involved game this year I've played in the last recent couple of years. especially with the Thunder and whatnot. It's just been really fun to play them, and hopefully we can do the same here as we get ready for our next game. Here coming up, we'll just see here in a bit who will play as we scroll there. As we see here, we got the Brooklyn Nets, but first we got a day off, and then wait a minute, we got a phone call here. We got a Golden State Warrior GM calling us. Well, what is this all about? Well, let's find out and see what he is wanting. He's going to offer us a trade. He wants Ibaka and Jared and they're giving up David Lee. So we're going to have to look at that trade, and honestly, I'm not really in the mood to trade anybody right now. And of course, the one person I don't want to trade is Ibaka. Now, if he was offering, if he's wanting to trade Perkins or Collison, of course, those are one of the two guys I have to move. We're going to tell him right now we're going to decline that trade and let him, at this time we're just not going to take it. So he can, and of course he says he understands, and they'll work on a possible trade sometime maybe in the future. So as you see here, we got the Brooklyn Nets. We're gonna go back on the road here. We actually got 2 games here on the road, back to back. We got the Nets, and then we go up to Toronto to play the Raptors there, and the here coming up. So in the next episode, you guys, we got the Brooklyn Nets. They are 2-0 for the season, and they're on a 2-game winning streak right there. As we are on a 3-game winning streak here, and we have to play against them. So definitely come on back for another episode of MyGM with Oklahoma City Thunder. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I'll see you guys next time.